Hello, guys, and welcome back to episode 2 of Mental Mix. You guys might have noticed there is a little bit of better sound quality. That's because I finally got a good microphone, no longer using the stereo microphone from my computer. I'm really happy to have this better quality just for my own enjoyment, honestly, but also for you guys. On today's episode, I want to talk about how the friends that you have, how your friendship circle shapes you and molds you and affects you as a person. Now, I will admit that earlier this week, I was talking to my friends about what I should talk about on the podcast. And we honestly got really sidetracked. We got really off topic and we just started talking about our friends and what was going on in the moment and how our other friends were being influenced to do things that they wouldn't normally do because of the friends they had. And then one of my friends was like, that's a good topic for your podcast. And I said, oh my gosh, you're totally right. When you're friends with someone, especially during your teen years, that makes your character not only for the teen years, but in the future, you know? And I'm not saying that you're going to be the same person in 40 years than you are right now. But when you're a parent, if you become a parent, or when just maybe you're an aunt, you're an uncle, you're going to share some of those stories, like from when you're a teenager, the stories of going out with your friends and your adventures, things like that. It's crazy now that we get to look forward and think about how we're going to look back on what we did when we were younger. And something that my parents, especially my mom, used to tell me a lot when I was younger was that it's very important who you spend time with, who you hang out with, who you do things with outside of school, because that's who you become. My grandma always said this. She said, like, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. Honestly, I always thought it was a little annoying. Like, it got annoying because, come on, like, I just wanted to be friends with somebody and I couldn't be friends with somebody without them saying, oh, be careful, you might not want to be like this person, or, watch out with who you're hanging out with. And I always thought, like, hello, stop exaggerating. But now that I'm a teensy bit older, I realize that it's true. Like, it really does affect you. I will say that, like, in the past, I've been friends with people and they have done things that I wouldn't normally do or I wouldn't normally say. And then at first I think, like, it's okay, I can just keep this person at a distance and nothing will happen. I'm just being polite. But the more and more I talk to them, the more and more I involve myself with a certain kind of people, the more and more I become like them. Because I think, oh, they're not too bad. Oh, this is okay. And I don't mean to sound like, oh, I'm the most perfect person and everybody else is influencing me badly. No, I'm sure I've probably influenced people badly too. But what I'm saying is, like, we need to make sure that we're picking out people who are benefiting our lives. People should be a positive addition. We shouldn't need to latch on to people to make us. Friends should be a positive addition into you, not something that's taking away, deteriorating who you are as a person. Having a friend that you wouldn't normally be friends with can shape your attitude, your beliefs, the way you act, your behavior, both positively and negatively. So it's really important that we should pick people wisely. And when you're picking friends, I think I briefly mentioned this in my last episode because it's something that's very important to me. But when we're picking friends, we need to pick people that we can trust, that will support us, that share some of the same values, not all, but some of the same values that are really important to us. And look for friends that also we can do that too, because love is a two-way thing. When I'm thinking of my friends, I think that I want to give them all of me, make sure that they also support me, but I'm also focusing on myself and how I can be the best friend to them. And some advice that I would have on how to avoid a toxic relationship is see what a third person would say. Because sometimes when you're looking at a person from a first person standpoint, you don't really see the red flags, because it's kind of like the red flag is not facing you. You're just looking at a line. You're looking at that person. But somebody that's looking from the side, from the right, from the left, can clearly see those red flags. And this can be a person that you trust, and your parent, a trusted adult, a friend of yours from longer in the past, like somebody who you trust, who truly wants the best for you, can usually tell you very quickly if they think that somebody is influencing you negatively. And the reason why this is so important is because one bad influence can lead to you feeling peer pressured to do something bad. This could be from like using substances, from doing something illegal, sneaking out somewhere, just things like that, like dressing a way you wouldn't. I don't know, like I'm not saying that it has to be very drastic, but even if it's not drastic, like you shouldn't have to feel pressure to do things you don't want to do just because you feel pressured to hang out with people because either you find them cool or you think they're the only real friends you'll ever find. Because I've been in that situation where I think that I'm more scared of losing my friends than having good friends. I used to very much think like that. I think that in meaningful friendships, some of the most important things that you can have instead of a peer pressure and a bad influence is healthy communication. And this can be like, if you feel like your friend is falling down the wrong path, tell them, I'm concerned about you. I see that this is happening. And do it out of love, because that's one of the best things you can do as a friend. If one of my friends did that for me, I'd appreciate it. And basically kind of jumping off that communication, another important thing is having boundaries in your friendships. So let's say that one of your friends keeps making a joke that you don't like, a joke about an insecurity that you have, or something about your family, your personal life. Tell them, say, that bothers me. And I promise, even if you feel like a baby, like you're being a baby when you say this, it's really important to set these boundaries. This bothers me, and it makes me feel very bullied when you say this. That's an easy way to maintain a boundary in a friendship. And if your friend doesn't respect that, that's not a true friend. Because a true friend would say, okay, I'm sorry. I'll try to work on this. So making sure that we're hanging out with people that respect us. Obviously, everyone makes mistakes, but people that when you tell them, like, hey, this bothers me, they're willing to fix that, This is more of a short episode, but this is a topic that really interests me. And it's important to me because I very carefully pick who I'm hanging out with to make sure that I'm getting the most out of my social life, because that's not all there is to life. Let me know if you guys have any stories that you want to share with me about this. You could probably share this with me on my Instagram. It's Mental Mix Podcast on Instagram. And message me with anything, any suggestions that you think I should talk about on the show. Yeah, we might be having some guest speakers soon. I don't know. Stay tuned. I don't know, but some of you guys want guest speakers immediately. So am I not enough for you guys? Be honest. Like, just say if you don't like me. I'm kidding. Also, another thing I wanted to mention. I mentioned this on my Instagram, that I want to make a nickname for my fans, for the listeners. I'm not sure what you guys like most. I made a couple polls, and right now what's being most favored is Mabinators. It's winning at 56%, and 33% of you guys say Mabsters. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys want to be called the Mabinators or the Maxers? Personally, I like Mabinators. My little sister said that that's the best one, and she created it, and I trust her. So I think that's the one I'll be going with. Next episode, I'll tell you guys what I pick is the best. So until then, bye, Mabinators, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for next week. Have a great day, afternoon, night, morning, whenever you're listening. Bye.